Hey guys, me again, Caitlin here with BlackBoxStocks. Today we are so excited to hear from one of our more experienced traders, Maria. Maria has been trading for 15 years and has been with Team Blackbox for 3 years. Today she'll be sharing how she uses the Blackbox platform to find her winning trades. Maria, are you ready? We're excited to hear what you have to say.
I am ready. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to show you guys how I use the Blackbox platform. When you first log into Blackbox, this is the screen that you see. And basically what I want to do is I want to go over my morning routine, what I do first thing in the morning to find those momentum plays that I like to scalp first thing, when the market opens and throughout the day. And then I will go through and kind of highlight some of the features or different sections of the platform that help me find trades intraday. So first thing in the morning, what I like to do is I will log in, and the very first thing I do is I click on the pre-market scanner, which if you're looking at my screen in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see that there is a series of buttons, and my cursor's kind of hovering over them. This system, the way it's designed, is designed for you to just click from left to right, and every one of these buttons has very, very important data. The pre-market button is button number 2. So I go through here and I kind of get an idea of what kind of tickers are moving. I can see their volumes, I can see the percentage that they're up, and from there I can kind of start doing a little bit more research. So the next thing I do is I go to the news section. And for me as a scalper, finding trades that have momentum relies a lot on news. So what I like to do is I will go through here first and just kind of scroll through and get a feel of what's going on in the market overall on a very broad level. Is there anything that's market moving that can push the entire market one way or the other or not? Then what I'll do is I will filter this news stream. So this news stream, again, you can filter it 2 ways. One is by rating. So if you look in the top right corner of my screen, you'll see the ratings button, or you can filter it just by options news. So in the morning, I'll click on ratings, and everything that I see is only upgrades, downgrades, price target changes. It's only analyst actions. And then I can go through and take a look and see if anything is strong enough for me to play. So I know that, it's only showing us a certain, well, actually it goes back to 7:45 a.m. But normally what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll take a look at something like ACAD right here. When you click on the article, it will open up a separate box and it will give you information on what the analyst says. So Piper's saying that ACAD's dementia-related psychosis data is a clear win. And then you can read through and get more commentary from the analysts themselves. What that helps me do is it helps me determine whether or not the action has enough weight to move the ticker. So when I'm scalping or I'm looking for a trade, that's super important. I don't want to jump in and not get at least a couple of candles out of it, if not more. So I kind of have to determine how much weight I can give to what the analyst is saying. Intraday, what I like to do is I like to then unclick ratings and click on options news. And this gives me just information regarding options. So oftentimes you'll see that there are different, there's flow coming in on certain tickers that our news stream will pick up. So for example, GBT is the ticker that I like to play. It tends to move. And it's telling us that, there's options flow there. It's trading 3 times expected. And then what I can do is I can go to the chart and take a look at the chart and decide if it's something I want to play. Another thing you can do is you can leave both options news and ratings open or selected. And that way throughout the day, what you're looking at is only news related to options, news, and ratings, or only to options and ratings. So first thing in the morning, again, that's how I start off. I'm getting all my upgrades and downgrades. I'm looking at that pre-market scanner. Another cool thing that you can do is you can actually click on the ticker right from the pre-market scanner. It's going to pull up the chart over here in the left-hand side. And then I can click on the news button in the bottom right corner. And now my stream is filtered to AUPH, and I can look through and see, yesterday they came out with some really great data. We've got a couple of price targeting raises. So it's a really quick and simple, easy way to get everything all at once, which as a trader, that's what you want. You need quickness, you need speed. And Blackbox has us set up exactly for that. So that's what I do first thing in the morning. Some of my favorite features of Blackbox, number one, or one thing I want to point out is that there are actually three sides to Blackbox. One is your NASDAQ New York Stock Exchange. So all of these stocks are filterable. So if I only want to see stocks over $50 or over $5, I can set that, and everything that I see alerted here in the alert log is only going to be specific to stocks over whatever threshold I've selected. If I typically throughout the day leave it on all stocks. I want to see everything. There's also the option side, which we will get to in just a moment. Our charts are really cool. I really like them a lot. So you'll see right now, this is the default setting. You can actually select from numerous studies through here. I mean, there's any kind of study that you want is in our studies. You can actually then set or save a view. So let's say I wanted to put on a moving average, or let's say a VWAP. I can add my VWAP and I can hit views, save view, and I can save it as, whatever, and hit save. And now if I refresh the page, I can go back to any ticker, click on views, and now my line is there. So that's actually a really nice customizable feature. I have my own personalized settings that I like to use. With all my studies already saved, I leave that I will turn that on when I load a ticker first thing in the morning. Another cool thing with the charts is you can actually make this chart area bigger. So a lot of people don't know that they can do that. They see it in that small little box and they say, I can't see what I want to see. You can actually make it bigger, and it will leave your left pane open. So if you want to keep on looking at alerts throughout the day and you want a bigger chart, you can do that. If you want to just see news in this right side column, you can still leave the news up. So that's also a really cool thing that you can do with the charts. Top 10 gainers is actually an awesome area to find trades. I often find a lot of my scalps from there. Now, our top 10 gainers actually derive from the alerts that you see coming throughout the day. So this is what I like to call the cream of the crop. So it's the best of the alerts for the day. And you will often find a lot of really great movers throughout here. BIIB was a great example of one. You can see that we alerted it right after it halted. We knew that they were doing a presentation on one of their drugs. So it was halted and unhalted. We alerted it down here at 281 and it hit a high, I think at 310 or 309-ish, somewhere in that area. That was a beautiful, beautiful alert. So, we see the alert, it drops into the alerts field or alerts log area, and the best of the best make it to the top 10 gainers. So I constantly check this area throughout the day, especially when I'm trying to find things that I want to scalp, whether that's upside or downside. So this is the gainers. We also have decliners, which you'll see here. So definitely keep an eye on the top 10 gainers section. A lot of people want to know what the alert log is, what these different colors mean. We actually have a key. You see that there's a little question mark right there. If you hover over it, the alert log pops up. It will tell you what each of the different colors mean, and it gives you a really, really nice in-depth description of each and every alert type and color. Down here, throughout the day, another great feature to use for Blackbox is the market scan. So we went over the pre-market scanner. Intraday, during the day, you can click on the market scan and you can see which tickers are moving either upwards or downwards. So we have gainers and decliners throughout that list. So this is another place that you can find plays. And these are not necessarily alerted. These are just tickers that your top price and volume leaders, essentially. The volume ratio scanner is probably one of my favorites. This is a great tool, especially for momentum traders, people that are looking for momentum that are coming into a ticker. What it's giving you is the ratio, the volume, and it also gives you the ratio. So in this this ratio is telling you is how many times the 10-day volume the ticker is trading. So for example, BNGO right here, we see is traded 25 million shares today, a little over, and that is 19 times its average 10-day volume. So if you're looking, what you can do is you can actually click on BNGO and look. our chart pulls up over here on the left-hand side again. And you can take a look and see if that's something that is something that you might want to play. We have our chat feature over on the left-hand side or right-hand side, which again, is a great place to find or get confirmation of an alert. Usually what I like to tell people is if you see an alert and you have a question about it, you can ask about it here or just look in here and see if people are talking about it. The more people that are talking about it, the more likely it is that the room as a whole is playing it. So that's a good place to look as well. After hours, your post-market scanner is amazing. The post-market scanner right now is blank because we are intraday, and the way it is set up, and it's only going to show you volume after hours. So right when from when the market closes on forward, any volume that you see there is specific to post-market volume. This to me is critical. There's not a single scanner out there that I know of that's going to give you volume that's specific just to after hours. Most of the time, you'll get a cumulative of after hours and intraday volume. Our scanner is going to give you just after hours volume, which is amazing. So that is the stock side of our platform. The other part to our platform, which is the part that I tend to focus on a lot, is the options part. So your options right here, if you click on options, this is options flow. I love options flow. Options flow is a great way to find some really, really great scalps. As a scalper, it really gives me that extra confidence to know that I'm following smart money. We have alerts that are algo generated through here that you can see. Bob has been an amazing alert today. You can see that they came in and they were buying this week's 200 calls. They paid 70 cents. Those are up 117%. For a scalper, this is gold. I cannot tell you how much or how valuable the options portion is to me. Now, the options flow itself, you can customize it. We have different filters. What I like to do is I will unselect above ask and at or above ask because I want to see all of it. And I'll hit set filters. And then I'm getting, I'm getting all the transactions that come through. What you can then do, for example, let's see if we can find something. If I want to see what's going on with Apple, because Apple's a ticker I like to play. I can filter the flow down to just Apple, and then I can click on the heat map. The heat map is pretty cool. So right here, the heat map is going to give you a really quick and easy way to see if the options market is leaning bullish or bearish, or if there's a lot of volume concentrated one side or the other. It's set up similar to an options chain. So you have your strikes in the middle. Across the top, your C0 is this week's expiration, C1 is next week's expiration, and C2 is 2 weeks or more out expiration. So this is the call side, this is the put side. So if I see some orders coming in through Apple can be hard to read because again, if I flip back to the flow, there's a lot of flow in Apple. It's really hard to try to decipher that. You see it's ask side, bid side, ask side. It can be difficult on something that trades as actively as Apple to try to figure out if there's any decent flow that you want to follow. Our heat map is an awesome way to narrow that down and make it be easier to understand. So you can see that there was some volume here in the 265s, definitely volume in the 260s. What's great is that these cells are color coded. So really all you have to pay attention to is the background color of the cell. If it's green, that means it's bullish activity. If it's red, it means it's bearish activity. So the heat map is definitely one of my favorites. Another thing that you can do with the options flow is you can go through historical data, which is amazing. So if I want to see what happened yesterday on Amazon, if there's any flow there, I can actually here in the bottom, I can type in the date and I can look up the historical data. We do have a download feature. So if I wanted to go through and download it, I can definitely download that to an Excel sheet and I can keep track of it there. We have an OI tab, which is awesome as well. And we have a volume tab, which is also a great feature. It will give you your daily changes for OI, which is great, especially if you're in longer term plays and you want to kind of keep track of when people are entering or exiting positions or entering positions. This is a good way to do that. One of the last features I want to go over with our options data is down here in the left-hand corner. We have most active calls. So this will tell me which calls are most active puts, and also bullish and bearish flow. This bullish flow category, when you click on it, it's going to tell you how many transactions have come through and the total notional value. So the shop is a ticker that I really like to trade. I see there's 1.26 million traded. If I click on it, again, my flow is filtered, or my flow will pop up and it will show me everything. Now, if I wanted to just see the bullish flow, I can take off puts. I can select above ask and at or above ask, and I can hit set filters. And that will give me a cleaner picture of what's going on. I can see that looks like there's a little buying in the 400s for this week. And then I can decide if it's something I want to play. One other thing that is super cool about our flow is so fast that we get the transaction basically as the person who's buying is filling. So before it even hits their account, we see the transaction. That is the power of options flow. When you are playing or trading, you want to follow what we call smart money. So before the guy that's buying, $2 million worth of Amazon can even see it in his account, I have the chance to follow him. So all of these features together really help me trade as a trader. And that's how I use BlackBox.
Maria, thank you so much for sharing how you use several of the BlackBoxStocks features on the platform to enhance your trading style. I think that'll be very helpful for a lot of our members. One more question before you go, and that is, how does trading with BlackBoxStocks give you an advantage in the marketplace?
Thanks, Caitlin. I've been trading now for, almost 15 years. And there are services and platforms out there that will give you a piece of this or a piece of that, but there's nothing out there that's going to give you a combined picture of everything. So when I'm scalping, I need speed. I need things at the tips of my, at my fingertips. I need the information now. I don't have the flexibility. I don't have the time to try to dig through and figure out what's going when I'm scalping. BlackBox has really helped me sharpen my edge because I have everything literally at my fingertips. It's one click and I have it. The other thing that has been amazing with BlackBox is our community of traders. As a trader, I can only watch so many tickers at once. With BlackBox, you have this amazing community with, a lot of traders that all have different styles of trading, and they're all watching different things. So when we get together and we're trading together, oftentimes, you'll find plays from people who are watching tickers that you're not even watching, or that you wouldn't have the capability to watch if you weren't trading with them. That and the fact that we offer ongoing education is another amazing thing about BlackBox. It doesn't matter how long you've been trading, you still learn new things every day. And you learn things from various traders, and all the classes that we offer have really helped advance my trading. So overall, BlackBox is an amazing platform. I'd recommend it for everyone.
Maria, thank you for sharing your tips on scalp trading options. From Team BlackBox, this is Caitlin, and that's all we have for today. Remember to click subscribe below to receive more exciting trading videos just like this one. You can also become a new member with us by visiting our website, www.blackboxstocks.com. As a new member, you'll receive instant access to the cool trading tools, news, and alerts that Maria mentioned today. Remember, no one trades alone at BlackBoxStocks. Bye for now.